Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter and Instagram as well. And, of course, Threads, which is so popular these days.
What are you doing over there at Threads? What have you been posting?
It'd be easier to tell you what I'm not doing and what I'm not posting.
Okay. Well, go for it.
On Threads. Because, and I don't want to insult people like they're not on it all the time.
Right. Some of us aren't as dedicated as you.
Right. Well, I think most people are. That's why it's so very successful. And you hear so much chatter about it. Right? I think we're the only ones who ever talk about Threads. Ever.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So we are on it, right? Are we still on it?
Oh, we're on it.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. We're on it. Are we posting on it?
No.
Okay.
No.
We're on it.
But we're on it.
The only time I see it is in my Instagram feed.
Yeah. That's the only time.
Right, because they're linked, right?
Yeah,
they're connected.
They promote it by shooting a Threads, and they want you to go there and see it, and I'm like, nope.
Nope.
We see you pitching. Keep going.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is Truth Social any livelier?
No. I'm still stuck at waiting for the email to log in.
Yeah, me too. It was
wow.
They made it so
Really?
difficult in the beginning.
Oh, man.
And then I never went back to it.
I was like 3,758,000.
Well, they lost
I never got the
a
email back.
buttload of money last year.
Oh, really?
Buttload. I think it was 300 million some. I have that story here somewhere, in fact. But it's, and then it comes out valued at, what was it, 4 or 6 billion or something? I don't know how that happened, but I think that quickly disintegrated. So hopefully he sold some stock right away, like day of, because that certainly didn't go up.
I mean, he's got to pay for those flights back and forth and around the country with something.
Yeah. Man.
That plane ain't cheap.
I guess this judge is pretty hideous.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Alan Dershowitz was talking about him yesterday.
Yeah, I read
Said he'd never seen anything like it. He's been in countries watching justice in China and Russia and Ukraine, Poland. He's never seen anything like it. So, interesting.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
That's how much they hate him, though.
Yeah.
They're doing everything they can to see to it that he's convicted of something. And we don't even know what he's actually being charged with, felony-wise. We don't even actually know.
Not America.
It's not. It's just not America. All right. We got a lot of stuff going on today. A lot of stuff. And, content you're not going to find anywhere else. That's for sure.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Did you see the Iowa tornado now?
Yes.
Some terrible.
It was ugly.
Iowa tornado damage.
Oof.
Let's see the video of that.
This.
Oh my.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Just destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really bad.
I think that's Greenfield.
Yes.
It's Greenfield.
I mean, kindling. Look at that.
Yeah.
Turned homes into kindling.
It's a town of 2,000 people, and there was a radar moment yesterday where the entire town that you're looking at right there was inside the vortex of the tornado. And it just...
Wow. How wide was that thing? Wow.
Now, we have not heard about loss of life.
Yeah, they don't know.
This, right?
They don't know yet. I was listening to an official this morning, and it was from, it was like last night. They said, we have no idea how many people are dead across Iowa right now. Oh, man. So I guess they had...
that certainly looks like there's going to be a few. That's really sad.
That's really sad. That's heart-wrenching. Wow.
So hopefully mercury1.org will raise some money and head up there, because I know that they partnered up there in Elkhorn, Nebraska, that got hit a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. So they'll probably be headed to Iowa as well.
I saw some feeds, people complaining about the drone footage, that they were wound up. Oh, you're just sending drones over already? And the people running the drones were like, the emergency and first responders were using our footage and our drones to help. Yeah. So why don't you shut up?
It's definitely a help.
Yeah.
Because you can know exactly where the damage is.
And you show people what happened so that they open up their hearts and pocketbooks.
Yeah.
I mean, that certainly inspires me to want to do something. Jeez.
I guess if you're shell shocked and you're looking at your life strewn out in the yard, it's probably in that moment, a drone flying over, you feel vulnerable. But man, I tell you, it's to get a full grasp of what you're going through down there, really, which you're just not going to get, on a ground camera.
No, you're not.
Man. All right. So yesterday, a protester interrupt the Anthony Blinken hearing. Is this a
this
Palestinian protester?
This was nonstop.
Are there any other?
Not right now, probably.
Yeah, this was nonstop yesterday for him.
China.
War criminal. He is a war criminal.
War criminal.
The blood of 40,000 people is on his hands. The blood of 40,000 Palestinians
Look at this.
is on his hands.
Dragging her out.
He's a war criminal.
Picked her up. Let's go.
He is a war criminal. The blood of 40,000
Shut up.
Freaking idiot. I mean, I can't
My mind's
stand
changed.
Anthony
Your mind
Blinken.
changed.
My mind's changed.
Is it?
Yeah,
Really?
My mind has changed now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, so that was effective then.
Yes, it was.
Huh.
Yes, it was. You turned me.
Secretary, you may
I'm
continue.
kind of
You turned
surprised.
me.
You may continue, Mr. Secretary.
Can't stand the guy, but that's
I know.
stupid. That's just asinine. And especially when you don't know what you're talking about. He's a war criminal? Come on. That's ridiculous. And it happened again.
Have it again. Yeah.
With
Well,
that,
I'm with
Mr.
you, Jeff.
Secretary, the floor is yours.
Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Graham, Vice Chair Collins,
Look at the
Chairman Murray,
hands
very
back
good to be
there.
with all of you today on this committee. I thank you. I thank you for the opportunity to testify before you. And
I recognize people feel passionately. We must have order in this room. We are going to proceed with this hearing.
Help us.
Wow.
Mr. Secretary, you may resume.
Well, these
Thank
are
you,
your
Chairman.
people,
That
Senator
was just thinking
Coombs.
the
I want to thank you also for
same
your partnership.
thing.
These are
in working
your
together to advance American leadership in the world.
stupid people.
Leadership that's so essential for delivering
You've
on the
inspired
priorities
them.
that matter to our
You've
people at
given
home.
birth to them.
Yes.
I think the need
essentially.
for our global leadership and cooperation with allies and partners.
Witness will suspend until the room is cleared of protesters.
Anthony Blinken, shame on you.
He has
That
a
hurt.
tablecloth.
Mr.
That
Secretary,
hurt
you may
him.
proceed.
That turned him around right there.
So I was saying the need for our leadership and cooperation with allies and
Nobody
partners.
cares.
Oh,
has
here we
never
go.
Been greater.
Just saying.
People's Republic of China is pursuing military, economic, and
One more?
geopolitical preeminence, challenging our vision for a free, open, secure,
That's awesome.
and prosperous international order. Russia is committing aggression not only against Ukraine, but against the principles
We
at the heart of
are
the UN
not a
Charter.
real country.
Independence, territorial integrity, sovereignty, that are the building blocks for global peace and security. In the Middle East,
You work for
we stand with
Genocide
Israel in its
Joe.
efforts to ensure that what happened on October 7th never happens again, as we do everything we can to continue to end the terrible human suffering in Gaza and prevent the conflict from spreading. U.S. leadership is needed to address humanitarian crises elsewhere around the world.
How many freaks are in this room? And I'm not talking about the
They
Witness
should
election.
all be
ban until
removed.
we
They've
can
got their
clear the
hands
room.
up. Everybody with their hand up should be removed because you know they're going to do this. Brother.
Mr. Secretary, you may resume.
Thank you.
Clear out the bloody hand people. And then let's continue. What are you, stupid? Come on. It's not that hard. When
So
the
what? Now I
bloody
can't
hand
even
people-
raise. Now I can't even raise my hand.
No, you can't. No. When the bloody hand people have been removed from the room, then we'll continue. Remove them.
I mean, they're
now.
making themselves pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Don't
they
wait
really
for them
are.
to scream out. I mean, if they're disturbing the hearing, it doesn't mean they're just screaming. It could be, like you said, the hand behind his head. That's me.
And eventually they're going to start yelling. Get them out.
My favorite was the guy with the little tablecloth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Anthony Blinken, stop this.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Didn't your mother teach you any better than to commit genocide and to be a war criminal?
There it is. There it is. I needed a word with a sound in it. Thank you. You got one.
Genocide.
Good times in D.C. right now.
Good times. Good times. Yeah, it's going really well.
That's what they get.
Yeah, it is what they get.
It's your base.
Yep.
I don't like it, but
They created these monsters.
Sure
now you get to deal with them. Congratulations. Good luck with that. Yesterday, Joe Biden headed to New Hampshire, and just ahead of the visit, residents were psyched for Joe's arrival.
Well, they always are.
Couldn't wait.
What do you make of his visit?
Not interested. I don't actually care for the man, particularly. I think he's done a lousy job, and can't wait for the election.
I don't think he's going to win the state, and I think it was pretty bold of him to try to take our history of being the first of the primary.
Some residual holdover bitterness from that. Okay.
Interesting. I hope that's prevalent.
I know.
In the state. They did another poll in New Hampshire recently, and it must be because he was just there. When RFK Jr. is factored in, they're virtually tied. Like Trump has a 0.1 of a percentage point lead on Joe Biden, 36.6% to 36.5%, and Robert F. Kennedy 14.6% in New Hampshire.
Do you have those numbers if RFK's out of the poll?
Biden leads by 8 if RFK is not in it.
So he's not taking much from Trump.
Right.
I wonder if does it depend on the state who RFK draws more votes from?
Seems like it.
I'm starting to get the feeling that depending
like
on the location is who gets affected more. But I think overall, what was the I already forgot yesterday's poll numbers. Didn't it seem like it hurt Trump just a little bit more?
It hurt him, but he was still ahead in the states where they were surveying.
Yeah.
So I think it hurts Biden, and it will eventually hurt Biden more.
I'm telling you.
Have you been polled for your boy?
I have not been polled, but I'm seriously. I want to see RFK I want the meter to go all the way to the left from here till November.
Yeah.
On his views. And pull more Democrat votes.
I do too. So let him go all the way to the left on the abortion thing. He should stick to the full term. You could abort him full term. That's fine. Go back to that position.
In fact, you know what? Until they're 5 years old.
Yes, right.
Until they're 5 years old.
Yeah, because what do they know when they're 5?
Nothing.
Not that much. Nothing.
And we had that tweet yesterday. I forgot who that was. That posited the theory that, RFK is trying to, I guess he's pissed at the Democrat Party, which, we've said, yes, but that he's working now just for Joe Biden's defeat so that he can set his sights, RFK, on the 2028 Democrat nomination. That's
a long ways off, though.
Are we going to have another election?
Yeah, we'll see.
So anyway, that's an interesting theory that at this point he's just, I'm a Democrat. I've always been a Democrat. I'm going to show the Democrat base that's me. Just remember me in 28. Could be interesting.
Anyway, here was the room 30 minutes before Joe Biden got there.
You remember the New Jersey crowd.
Feel the excitement.
Minutes. Yeah. Woo!
They can't wait. Look at that. They are psyched for Joe's arrival.
Stay in your chairs. Stay in your chairs, all 13 of you. Look at this. Remember the crowd in New Jersey 30 minutes before Trump took the stage?
Oh, man.
This is 30 minutes before the President of the United States is supposed to be in this room. Feel the excitement?
Yes.
Yeah. It's palpable. It's palpable.
Thank you.
These people are amped up.
And after hearing him speak, you can understand their excitement.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can absolutely see why they'd be so psyched right now. He's electric.
Yeah, and
he's absolutely electric.
It was an electric speech that he gave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. We got a little taste of it.
Yes, we do.
He gave another speech and battled another teleprompter.
I'll never make up for the loss, you lost a piece of your soul, the husband, wife, son, daughter. But we owe it to folks, all of them, everyone we can.
What? Okay, you know what I think happened there?
He wanted to tell the Bo story.
That's what happened, and then and it clicked in his mind.
No, I can't tell that.
Evil mind. He's like, oh no, they said don't you ever tell that Bo story
I gotta
again.
stop with the Bo story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Well, America has a lot of obligations.
No.
The one before.
Never make up for the loss, you lost a piece of your soul, the husband, wife, son, daughter.
Yeah.
But we owe it to folks, all of them, everyone we can.
And then he just was in a nosedive, and I'm trying to pull out of this without saying the word Bo.
Yep. I don't know what that surrounded.
Absolutely, that's where he was going to go.
Yes.
He was going to start down. I know, because
piece
of my soul was lost.
Yep.
With when Bo got killed in Iraq, he came back after being infected with cancer in Iraq.
Yep.
Okay.
Man. Yep. You know that's what happened there. Wow, he's terrible. He also discussed America's sacred obligation.
America has a lot of obligations, but only one truly sacred obligation. And that's to prepare those we send into harm's way and to care for them and their families when they come home. And if they don't come home, care for their families.
Okay, Mr. Leave 13 behind in Afghanistan.
And check your watch when they come home. And you're having the ceremony for their flag draped coffins with their families, and you're checking your watch repeatedly.
How's our hostages doing?
Yeah,
around the world.
Yeah, nobody knows because they never get mentioned.
Or when they mention them, when he mentions them,
yesterday
he acts like they're there. Oh, just kidding.
Oh no, Hamas still has him. Sorry. That's right. I just saw a video of him. With his
he's
arm
here.
cut off.
No, he's not here. Wait, is he alive?
Stand up, Chuck.
Unreal.
He is the freaking worst.
Consider supporting Blaze Media, where our mission is to set fire to the lies the left wants you to believe. Not only will you get this show, but you'll have access to everything else we do here. From our Blaze original series to Steve Baker's incredible investigative work revealing the shocking lies about January 6th, and a lot more. So you get the full show, plus our overtime content, by going to blazetv.com and subscribe today. Use the promo code PAT, and you'll get $20 off your subscription. blazetv.com, and get the full show and overtime and everybody else's overtime, the Glenn specials, the Blaze originals, promo code PAT for $20 off.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
So the cadaver had some marriage advice, too.
This is so creepy.
Which is always great.
This is creeptacular, y'all.
Okay.
And by the way, I say to every young man thinking of getting married, marrying a family with 5 or more daughters. I did. My wife's the oldest of 5 sisters. You know why?
I don't care why.
One of them will always love you. Not the same one. One of them will always be on your side.
What?
That's the biggest advantage of marrying into 5 daughters.
That went over well, didn't it?
It sure did. He's said that before, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
He's used that line before.
He has. Yeah, he doesn't have an original thought.
And it went over what?
Doesn't have an original thought. He continues to regurgitate the same stupid stuff.
I guess Hunter kind of really took that advice to heart.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he ended up diddling his sister-in-law, right?
Right. Yeah, does she have 5 sisters, though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the important part of that. But
she wasn't.
So is he saying Jill doesn't love him, but one of her sisters does?
At some point, yeah. At some point, you always, when you're fighting or something, one of the sisters will be on your side.
Wow, that's weird. That's just weird
that's
stuff.
What he's saying.
That's really weird.
Well, when you give him $5 million every year to money launder, yeah, of course they're gonna love you.
Man, yeah, as long as you keep the cash coming,
I will love you.
Should probably work.
Do we know this next clip I have no idea. I didn't watch the full speech, so I didn't see the context around this. But do we have any idea what law he's referring to in this next clip? Just try to translate this. I can't even begin to.
Let me close with this.
Okay, close.
After I signed the PAC Act into law.
Got it? You write it? You got it?
He is so full of this guy.
After I signed the PAC-ACALAC,
All right, play it.
I have no idea what law he's talking about.
Let me close with this.
Cadillac,
After I signed the PAC Act into law. Let me close with this.
All right.
After I signed the PAC Act into law.
The PAC
Tell me I didn't get this correct. The PAC Adalac. Play it, Joe.
Let me close with this.
All right. The PAC.
After I signed the PAC Act into law.
Nailed it. I mean, that's it right there. The PAC Adalac.
Let me close with this.
After I signed the PAC-ACALAC, a Cadillac attack, heart attack,
So much.
It's a Billy Joel song.
Yeah.
He is so full of this guy.
Yeah, heart attack,
He
That's
ought to
what
know
he's
by
doing.
now.
He's singing the Billy
He
Joel
ought to
song.
know by now.
Right.
If
Moving
you
out.
want- if you want the
I wish he was
context,
moving
No
out.
doubt.
What law was it?
It's the PACT Act.
The PACT Act?
PACT Act, what extends VA health care and benefits to veterans.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Because that's what he was talking about overall
cause,
was the
'cause
veterans.
The event was the veterans event.
Oh, yeah. It's so.
Because that's why he almost did the Bo story.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's why he talked about taking care of veterans.
There it is,
Before
Keith.
it. Yeah.
That's what he was trying to say.
Let me close with this.
After
I signed the PAC Act into law.
Just say the PACT Act.
The Cadillac
He stutters. That's a stuttering
heart
issue.
attack.
That's a stuttering issue.
The guy had a lifelong stuttering problem.
Yeah.
Keith, I don't know why you continue to mock him for
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
There it was.
He even wrote
Jeffy's
it down.
very sensitive.
He even wrote down his stuttering on a whiteboard that we're supposed to laugh at.
Yeah.
PAC Act. He could have gotten there a little shorter route.
And he traded in his Chevy for a Cadillac.
That's why I said he ought to know by now.
Oh, man. Jeez. So bad. Trump posted his golf shot on Truth Social. So we were talking about Truth Social a half an hour ago.
Yeah, this is the only time you ever hear it in context.
Boom.
All right. Okay. Oh. Oh, no. That's good stuff right there.
That was actually Trump's tweet or truth or whatever.
Yeah, he sent that out.
So if you're listening, that shot took out Joe Biden 3 times.
But before we close, I want to show you guys how much Joe Biden is loved.
Okay.
Because this is his motorcade in Boston.
And okay,
check
Northeast,
this
the
out.
blue state.
Check this out.
President Joe Biden's motorcade sped down Summer Street in Boston as pro-Palestinian protesters outside South Station booed the commander-in-chief and started walking toward.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's his people, man.
That's his people. He created these monsters, and congratulations on
So
that.
think about that. In red states, I still call Georgia a red state, but in Atlanta, nobody even cared that he was driving through the town.
All right.
And then when he goes to a blue state, he goes up to Boston.
Yeah.
They just boo him.
They boo
So
him.
his supporters boo him, and the others just are like, we don't care.
And they should, I don't know what they're booing at. He hates Jews as much as they do.
I know. He's making it really hard for Israel right now. Yeah. Really hard. What do they want? Obviously, they want us to side with the Palestinians.
Yes, I know.
And at the same time, you get this impromptu crowd in blue New York City gathering outside the courthouse when they hear Trump is leaving just to get a glimpse of him. I mean, it's a night and day. There is no way in a world where the laws of elections are followed that Trump does not just win in a landslide in November.
Yeah. I hope. I hope.
I mean, and what he's done to try to help the Palestinians by building that pier, that's temporarily shut down.
Oh, it is?
Now because
they keep firing on us.
And, well, they were pillaging and stealing all the stuff that was on the pier.
Oh, my God.
And they're failing to provide aid because, the stuff is stolen, and they were at one point firing on the people building the pier.
Yeah.
So now they've been taking it and just, I don't know, not giving it to the people. The people are not receiving any of it.
So
that's good times.
They're responsible for the genocide and the mass deaths.
One would think that. One would think that.
And don't forget that on May 23rd at 6 p.m. at Crotona Park in the Bronx, Trump is going to be there. And this is funny because as he was leaving the trial, check this supporter out, Donald Trump supporter.
Yo, Trump, tell him you innocent, bro. Not a prosecution. You innocent. I'll remember that, bro.
That's fantastic.
I mean, that is so great.
That's great.
I love how he rolls down his window just so he can say, it's a persecution, not a prosecution. I mean, that's good stuff, man. I mean, that is like anecdotal stuff that people can see and can totally relate to. I mean, that's
Trump's good at that
yes,
stuff.
he is.
He's really good at it.
And when did you say the Bronx thing was coming up on Thursday?
It's going to be May 23rd.
Tomorrow.
But the problem is, well, it's not a problem. They only gave him I think it's like 1,500 people permit. I don't think that's going to. What happens when he goes.
For Trump?
For Trump. What happens when he goes over 1,500? Like, he had 100,000. I mean,
you're going to see people lined up. People are going to be all over the place trying to get in there.
Like,
on the outskirts. Did you say it's at a park?
Yes, it's at the Crotona Park. 6 p.m., doors open at 3. And right now, the New York Young Republican Club, they're going guerrilla on this. They're just dropping flyers, putting posters. So I think there's going to be more than 1,300 people.
Yeah,
I would think so. I
think that's his whole Secret Service, 1,300.
It probably is.
Jeez.
Needs to be.
My goodness. I mean, just think of that, though. Just think of that. A Republican running for president is like, yeah, I'm totally going to do an event in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to turn out a nice-sized crowd. That speaks volumes.
It's incredible, really. It's incredible. I mean, he thinks he's going to win New York. I don't think that's possible, but I mean, who knows in this day and age? If there's no cheating on the Democrat side, maybe. I don't know. I mean, people don't like Joe Biden.
No, they do not.
And even his own party, they've split. They fractured that party because of the Palestinian thing. Because people are so stupid about what's going on with Hamas. I mean, come on. Why do you think that even the Arabs around them won't take them in? There's a reason for it, and they're showing it to you with this pier we're trying to install to bring in humanitarian aid. We can't even do it because they're such hideous douchebags. They're firing on the people trying to save their stinking lives. It's unbelievable. There's a reason you see the fence, the wall between the Gaza Strip and Egypt that you see. It's one of the most reinforced, impenetrable walls in the world because they don't want none of that.
There's the deal. No.
How about
no?
Yeah. I mean, the Jordanians learned their lesson when they had the Palestinians in their territory, and the Palestinians continued to attack them. It hasn't just been the Israelis. They've attacked everybody who has been their host over the years. And so nobody wants that. Nobody appreciates that. Yeah. We invite you into our country and then you start attacking us because you want it to be your country. I'm sorry. No.
No.
No. That's why Jordan has twice as much Palestinian territory as does Israel. Anybody giving them any crap over it? Nope. They're sure not. Ugh. All right, 888-900-3393. Be nice if somebody would learn something about what happened over there and what continues to happen over there. More coming up. We'll do Chewing the Fat with Jeffy next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
We got some tweets here. Dirty Mule tweets. Why do I get the feeling that the people hit by the tornado in Iowa will be slightly more grateful than the illegal in Rochester for any food and shelter given to them?
Yeah, no kidding.
Sure. Hee-haw the Viking. I'm sorry, but I kind of enjoy seeing a Democrat getting constantly interrupted by the maniacs they've made. Chickens coming home to roost. Anyone? Yeah. Mm-hmm. OG Thor. So, do the Bloody Hand people get the same treatment as the J6 milling people? No.
I feel like that's not true.
I feel like they will not, no. And from Adam Snyder, I like that every time you guys make fun of someone, you start quoting a song lyric. That's my disease from 20 years in music radio. Yeah. Just can't get it out of my head. Let's see. I know what we were going to do. We were going to do Chewing the Fat.
Chewing the Fat.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have...
we got Daniel on the line from Utah. Hey, Daniel. Welcome.
Bingo.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, come on.
All right.
Yeah. Where'd your bingo occur, Daniel?
From the bottom left up to the top right.
Mm-hmm.
We got I Want My GED Trump Back.
Right.
Douche.
Okay.
Why are they speaking gibberish?
Mm-hmm.
You won't get this content anywhere else.
Right.
And 4 more years. Pause.
Nice.
4 more years.
Pause. So good.
It's awesome.
All right, you got yourself the $30 worth of merchandise from PackRayShop.com and the dozen Kexi cookies from Kexi.com. Thanks a lot, Daniel. Appreciate it. Enjoy all of that. And enjoy this segment from Jeff Fisher, Chewing the Fat.
Introduce it. It don't get bigger than him, so don't even try. He mentions Alex's first name, hear that gun cock. Followed by his last, you know it's that hammer drop. He ain't from the mean streets, but he's got cred. He's got a few scams to help you get your bread. I know the fat hands that's out there waiting. So I'ma put an end to this anticipation. Now I'ma pass this mic to my main man, Jeffy. It's time to chew the fat. I hope y'all ready.
That's really good.
Fury and energy strikes again.
Nice.
That's really good.
Yeah, good stuff.
I'm a fan.
Thank you.
I'm a fan
I'm
of
going
that
to post that. Good job, man.
How much would you pay, Pat, for a painting by a Lancashire-born artist, Leonora Carrington's Le Distraction de Dagobah? Yes, thank you. Now, she had a painting sold in 2022 for $3.3 million. Now, this painting right here just sold at auction. How much would you pay for it, Pat? It just sold at auction, so you're gonna have to pay more than what was paid for this particular painting.
Well, I'd probably pay $10-15 for that.
What if I told you that she lived in Mexico along other female surrealists?
Mm-hmm.
She died in 2011 at the age of 94.
What's her Frida Kahlo?
She was with Frida, at the time. It wasn't. This is not Frida, but they all painted together and hung out together.
If she painted together, I might go up to $17.
You'd be a little shy.
A little short?
$28.5 million.
$28.5 million
for that beautiful painting.
Wow.
This makes her the most. This makes her the most valuable British-born female artist at auction.
Wow!
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Does a frame
worth
come
every
with it?
worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
That's a good question,
every
Chris.
Penny.
What was the question?
Does a frame come with it?
I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't come with a frame.
That'll cost you extra.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, that's a shipping charge. A few other things that sold at auction recently that I thought were pretty cool that may end up here at Mercury One or Glenn Beck's collection. The John F. Kennedy handwritten notes and doodles from Houston's Rice Hotel on November 21st, 1963. Remains, his obviously it's in his writing, and this was the last night, that he was alive in Fort Worth, Texas, because Fort Worth believes that it was fine when he left here. And
well, Fort Worth is right. He was fine when he left there.
He left here.
Yeah.
Random thoughts, clearly written in pencil How much you give me for that? I actually was surprised.
This I would like to have.
I know.
That I would like to have.
35,000.
Really?
A little over 35. $35,504.
Does Glenn know about this?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. There's a couple other items that went. His inaugural address book, presented to the chief of White House Police, went for $26,575. A presidential seal flag that he signed of JFK and presented to the commander of the USS Joseph P. Kennedy Jr. sold for like $16,643. So I don't know. There was another thing that I think actually Glenn may have purchased, and I don't know this for a fact, but it was a signed 1769 handwritten Mount Vernon financial ledger listing security.
That's cool.
On lands and Negroes. Taking slaves as collateral from Mount Vernon, George Washington. 1769. $46,279.
By the way, a British colony in 1769. By the way, just a quick note there, Great Britain. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to bog people down with facts.
Right.
I'm just saying what that was.
Okay. And he also freed those slaves, too, upon his death. So, yeah. Don't bother me.
I don't care about the facts.
Which you'll remember.
I'm just telling you what this paper says.
When a colony, they weren't allowed to.
Right. That's correct.
Free their slaves.
Again, and there was just a short time around the time of his death where it was legal to free your slaves. Then they made it illegal in Virginia, and that's why Jefferson didn't free his slaves. It was not legal at the time.
I am so sick of being bogged down with that.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
You, this is a handwritten.
Okay, but that's quite a historic.
Yes, it is.
Glenn would love to have that.
I know.
What do they want for that?
They got $46,279.
Oh, it's already been
that.
sold.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if he bought it or not.
$46,000. Man, that'd be worth it.
I know.
To have something that George Washington actually wrote. That's really cool.
Now maybe you could give it to a presidential candidate. They could just lose it.
Maybe. And by the way, it was a letter of some kind. It was not the compass.
I was good. I was
good. The compass is over here at the deal.
Yes, the compass is here. It was a book.
I got my Washington archives mixed up there. It was a letter.
Either way.
Something.
Either way. He treated it like
he didn't care.
Dog beat.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't care.
Yeah. At all.
That was the point.
Yes.
Mitt Romney didn't care.
Right.
How could you get something like that from somebody? And then, I don't know what. I'm sorry, I don't know where that is.
And at that time.
What?
At that time, how we were behind him. So,
yeah, right.
And still to treat it that way.
Because it was 2012.
Showed his true
it was during the
colors,
election in 2012.
He showed his true colors
he sure
to us,
did.
and we should have.
He sure did.
Can I just say that the George Washington compass that is across over here at the American Journey Experience, that's $20 for that tour over there, right? Because that is the most incredible tour. If you're ever in
it's awesome.
Dallas, Texas, you got to come over here.
It's surprisingly good.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
You need to do that.
Especially for $20.
Yeah. If you're coming to Dallas, Fort Worth, you need to do that when you come here.
You're not paying the $20.
I'm not paying 20.
American Journey Experience.
I'm not paying 20.
For sure.
You probably don't have to, but I'm glad it's not worth that.
Oh, no, they double charge him. Not letting him in here. Comes at a cost.
Yeah, I'm paying 20. Today's Chewing the Fat, sponsored by Kexi Cookies. Already got their mention in this half hour. I don't know what the deal is. Simply the best cookie on the planet. Kexi.com.
It simply is. It is.
Is there an updated copy that you have? I mean, everybody gets 10% off no matter what, right?
Yeah.
No matter what. There's no promo code.
Yeah, 10% off all this
automatic
week.
10% off.
Yes. No promo code. You don't have to... I was just going to recite an old poem that came to my mind, but I thought better of it.
Is it from Billy Joel?
No. No, it's much worse than that.
Oh, no.
But let me just give you some of these testimonials, just as an indication.
How long is the spot paid for?
It's like a 60.
Okay. All right,
it's like...
All right, go ahead.
I ordered the special Mother's Day cookies for the special moms in my life. My wife was blown away by how good they were. And, of course, my daughters were quick to help her eat them. Easiest Mother's Day gift I have ever bought. Huge win. These cookies are every bit as good as people talk them up to be. Big thanks to the Kexi crew. Well, you're welcome, Dusty, and thank you. But, yes, Kexi.com, Keksi.com. 10% off this week. Go ahead. See, it wasn't even.
If you It's pretty close. If you or someone you know is quadriplegic, Neuralink, merging man and machine, still accepting applications for their next chip implant.
Oh, I was just reading about the first guy.
The FDA granted Elon's company approval to place its brain chip into a second human test subject using a new method designed to correct issues that arose after the inaugural insertion in January. The first implant with Nolan Arbaugh allows him to operate a computer with his mind.
He loves it, too.
They had to tweak the software because to maintain the chip's functionality when 85% of the ultra-thin threads connecting it to his brain's cortex detached. So the new technique will be used on the next candidate. They're going to shove it down into the brain a little bit farther.
They mostly fixed it, though, and the guy's really happy with the way it's turned out for him. It's changed his life. I mean, it's really sad because he dove into a lake, pond of some kind, I guess, when he was 22. This was like 8 years ago. And something hit the head and broke his neck and severed his spine, and he was paralyzed from the neck down ever since.
Yeah.
And so he was able to get this Neuralink thing, and now he can, it changed everything for him because he without all the, sticking the thing in his mouth and poking at his iPad, and all he has to do is think about it.
Incredible.
And he can switch apps and do all kinds of, it's really cool. It's amazing.
So Neuralink said more than 1,000 quadriplegics have already applied to receive the chip, although fewer than 100 meet the criteria for the study. They're still accepting applications. So
can't drink or smoke or anything.
If you are or know someone that's a quadriplegic, and in particular a minority quadriplegic, because
really?
They said that most of the candidates are white.
Oh boy,
and they're males. So
what about a veteran? Can I apply?
Are you a quad?
Yes, I identify as one.
Yes, you can apply. You absolutely can apply.
I bet that qualifies.
And I don't think it will qualify.
Really?
I don't think
if you identify as a quad, what?
I don't think it will qualify. No, you can apply though.
All right,
you can apply, no problem.
Wow.
But I'm pretty sure Elon's going to say no. Sorry.
All right, not my America.
Then. Why is he a hater like that? Why does he discriminate?
I don't know. Digital pharmacy Hims and Hers said it's going to offer the compounded GLP-1 weight loss injections at a fraction of the price.
Don't buy it from them. Hims doesn't deserve 1 penny, not 1 penny of your money. After what that guy did with the Palestinians and the Israeli thing at the beginning of this thing, he encouraged the entire thing and wants to hire all those who are out there yelling and screaming for Hamas. Tell him to shove it up his rectal cavity.
Well, then I agree with the FDA then, who said patients shouldn't use a compounded drug if the approved version is available.
Right.
So the hell with them.
Hell with them. Yeah. Exactly right. All right, we'll get right back to chewing the fat in a second, but it's another day, another breaking news story. Buried. They'd rather talk about anything else than what's really going on, and it's not because they don't know what's happening. The media pundits and talking heads just don't want you paying attention. The real stories, you have to look beyond the headlines for them. You know the truth is being covered up. Prepare for what will come with My Patriot Supply. Since 2008, My Patriot Supply has helped millions of Americans get ready for the worst. Today, their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits are flying off the shelves. Get yours right now at my website, preparewithpat.com. This food kit offers over 2,000 calories every day, plus with ultra-durable 4-layer packaging, it lasts up to 25 years in storage. So order all the kits you need for your $200 off. You get $200 off each of them, and free shipping is included. So do this now, while you can, before it's too late. Don't live in fear. Take back control of the future, because this isn't just food, it's freedom. Stock up on these food kits at preparewithpat.com. That's preparewithpat.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Please be sure to subscribe to Chewing the Fat, my daily podcast, available wherever you listen to your podcast. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. The Summer Olympics are right around the corner, July 26th through August 11th in Paris. And we have another sport controversy. Fencing, a fundamental sport in the Olympics since 1896.
Oh, wow.
There's nothing sacred anymore.
No.
Is there nothing sacred?
Nothing.
What's going on?
Unfair refereeing and match fixing.
What?
Not in
is
fencing. Don't say
under
that.
fire.
Don't.
I know.
Not fencing, please.
Accusations of preferential treatment and concerns among
Stop
top
it.
athletes and coaches.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
The federation.
I thought the little triggers, you have to make contact.
Yes, but the referees are able to override a lot of that, so it's just their choice.
Oh, nice.
Now the federation said that.
What do they have the thing for then?
The USA fencing.
What do you have the technology for if somebody can overwrite it? That's stupid.
This would be like having a computer strike zone and having the umpire jump.
That's
exactly what they do.
No, that was a ball.
They rely on the electronic scoring, but the referees say, nope, that one doesn't count.
Wow.
So I guess we'll see what happens, but the spotlight is on. The spotlight is on fencing right now.
I'm surprised you haven't mentioned the big story
Do you want
in
me
your
to get?
life.
I saw that. I did it yesterday on Chewing the Fat. I know the story.
The Graceland is going to be auctioned off for $3.8 million.
Yeah,
it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it's all a fraud. It's a big fraud. This investment company.
Sure, it is.
Said
Wink,
they
wink.
claim that Lisa Marie took $3.8 million from them and put Graceland up for collateral.
Yeah, I know. Her granddaughter claims,
Not
or
true.
Elvis's granddaughter claims,
Not true.
That
Didn't happen.
It was forged.
Didn't
Her
happen.
signature was forged.
Well, and the notary, who has the stamp of approval on that signature, said she never met Lisa Marie, doesn't know how that stamp got on that paper. Got nothing to do with it. The company is now kind of disappeared in the wind.
Oh, really?
They can't find anybody. They're supposed to go to court this week to shut it down. Don't be messing with Graceland.
I didn't do it.
It sounds like you're on
didn't
their
do it.
side, though.
I did
you're on
not do it.
Oh, Lisa Marie, yeah, Miss Druggy.
And look at what
Miss
an
took it up.
eyesore that place is. Just unbelievable. I mean, Elvis, man. Yeah, baby, I had the worst taste on the face. All the taste is in my mouth.
Graceland?
It's an eyesore, man.
We are done.
That is one of the ugliest places you could ever visit, man. Yeah, baby, it's ugly. Ugly is an understatement.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome. Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. About 6 weeks ago, I mentioned that there was something that looked like a disaster for BYU basketball. Remember me talking about our coach leaving? Everybody loved him. Left and went to replace John Calipari at Kentucky. Remember that?
Yes.
Then half the team jumped into the
portal.
Transfer portal.
Right.
It's turned into a huge win for the Cougars. Gigantic. We got some huge commits because we got Kevin Young from the Phoenix Suns, the highest paid assistant basketball coach in the NBA. He was about to get the head coaching job with the Brooklyn Nets, and instead went to BYU and came to Provo and immediately convinced three guys in the portal to stay.
He's the guy.
Yeah,
he's the guy.
Flipped a couple of people, one from USC, committed to BYU. And then yesterday we got another four-star point guard who decommitted from Stanford and is coming to Provo now.
That's awesome. I mean, he's got the pipeline to the NBA. So
he does.
Despite the whatever NIL that's happening, you have the pipeline to the NBA. That's big.
So, Mark Pope, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Hope you enjoy Lexington. Go ahead. We don't miss you one iota.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Quickly forgotten about you. All right. Got some tweets here. Gender McGenderface tweets, you may be right, Pat. Biden may be crazy, but he's definitely not the lunatic we're looking for.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, way to turn the lyric there. That's good stuff. Patrick Henry Sr. Isn't it funny how in 2016, when referring to Donald Trump, we said, oh, God, please no. Now in 2024, referring to Donald Trump, we say, oh, God, please elect this man.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
I remember 2016. Boy, it was
I don't
different.
recall any
Yeah,
of that.
you don't remember that?
Don't recall any of that.
Yeah.
I recall,
2020 was
my
definitely.
Man, I recall my man Jim Gilmore
You do recall
getting
that.
the axe. People being treated like he wasn't deserving of
I
the
will
job,
say,
I'll tell you that.
2020 was different because he'd been president for 4 years then, and I voted for him in 2020. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to voting. Like that guy said in, where were we there? Where was that guy? Was it New York?
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire? Yeah, it was New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Who said he couldn't wait for the election because he can't stand Joe Biden. And I had the impression, and maybe I'm completely wrong, but I had the impression he was a Biden voter before. And
felt like it.
And and isn't now. But I think there's a lot of people who voted for him in 2024 who are not going to vote for him again. In fact, there was just a story about never Bideners, or at least never again Bideners.
Right.
Because he's done such a piss poor job. He's so bad. And he's so compromised mentally and physically and in every possible way that people just, they know he can't continue to be president.
Already.
God save the Queen, man.
Lutheran housewife tweets, Creepy Joe's rally was held at my YMCA. They must have moved the equipment. Probably cheaper venue than a hotel ballroom. Plus, there's a pool. Always a chance of kids jumping on laps.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And he could have shown his hairy legs, which would be cool, right? Because I don't know if you know this, but
I got hairy legs.
Hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun.
And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool.
Oh, yeah?
And rub my leg down.
And you let them?
So it was
you let
straight, and then
them?
wash
Weird?
the hair.
Because you're a pet.
Yeah.
So come back up again.
And they'd watch that. They'd look at it.
So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
Learned about roaches.
And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
And he loved kids jumping on his lap.
Yes, he is.
That's just creepy. Come on now.
Jeffy, he's a pedophile.
Come on.
Just playing.
If you stuck your legs in the water and kids were rubbing your legs.
Yeah, Jeffy, defend
Sorry.
this.
You say, look, kids, stop. And you
After a while,
should move
after
your
a while,
legs.
maybe.
You sure as hell wouldn't incorporate it into a folksy story.
No,
about
you
kids
would not.
rubbing the legs.
you wouldn't. He's
Where do
trying
you
to
think
make
that's
it-
a perfectly cool story?
Yes.
I mean, this is a guy who
Something's
showered
wrong with him,
his
seriously.
daughter. Let's not forget.
Something's wrong with him.
How old was Ashley when they showered together?
Like 16, right? Or
I think she was even younger.
20?
Yesterday?
42? I don't know.
How old was
I don't know.
It was her diary, so
It
she had to be
sounds
like
like-
12 or 13, right?
And she said it was inappropriate.
Yeah, she felt uncomfortable.
She said it was inappropriate.
So a kid thought it was inappropriate, but the adult father didn't. Got it.
Okay, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she thought it was inappropriate at the time or when she became an adult.
Right.
I don't know.
But she wrote it in her diary, right?
But do you
the
also
diary-
remember?
when was the diary?
Yeah,
post
she
was
wrote it in
from
her diary.
later.
And we were told, yeah, that's a fake. That's not real. Nope, turns out 100%.
real.
That, too, is 100% real.
Correct.
God, I mean, over
This
and
guy-
over and over.
This guy doesn't belong in an old folks' home. He belongs to
prison.
Yes.
San
He
Quentin.
should be incarcerated
Rikers Island.
on fill in the blank.
Yeah.
You have
he should.
so many options with this guy.
Yep.
Oh, get out of the White House.
All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. You know, there's leaders and then there's followers, and you want the leaders to help you buy or sell a home. When it comes to buying and selling a home, you know, it's the biggest purchase you're probably ever going to make. And it's really important to have somebody at your side who really knows what they're doing. Somebody who's not going to recommend that you build. Let me show you the build in the middle of these two homes. All right, there's one home, right, which is fine.
Was that
it's nice.
Graceland?
Yeah, no,
Easy.
not even as
Easy.
awful as Graceland. But then you got this.
That should be
okay. That should be Graceland. But somebody in this neighborhood overbuilt. Because then the next door house looks a lot. In fact, it looks exactly.
Oh, that's Graceland coming up here.
Like this. Okay. Okay, they're probably
nice people.
I think I think I looked it up on Zillow, and I think both homes on either side are like $1 million homes.
Whoa. And because of the property.
Yeah, because of the property. But the home in the middle is $12 million.
Oh no!
So somebody overbuilt there. I don't know. Where was your realtor saying, "Hey, don't build that here. You'll never resell it." Now, if you're going to live there for the rest of your life and die in it, maybe that's a different thing. But you need a real estate agent who's going to help you make better decisions than that. And that's where you're going to find a great realtor at Real Estate Agents I Trust. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
You don't put a home 12 times the price of the two homes around you right there in that neighborhood. You don't do it. You find another neighborhood to build a $12 million home.
Can I just say, those homes that are on either side would not be $1 million without that one in the middle.
No, that's right. That's
those
probably
things are
true.
actually worth a lot less without
yes.
McMansion
in
there.
Texas, you could probably in a different neighborhood get those for, I don't know, 500, 400,
but that's
300.
But without the property.
Yeah,
Those homes
there's
have,
some acreage.
Yes.
Okay. There's probably 3 or 4 acres
Yes.
there. So, yeah. Got some tweets here. Gender McGenderface. Oh, we already did all. Do we all? No, we did. We did Gender McGenderface. What we did not do was Sarah the band. Jeffy intro going hard this morning. Just one question: Is he East Side or West Side?
With that music, it's East Side.
Is it?
Yeah, it's East Side.
Okay. Yeah. Unburdened smallmouth bass. Jeffy is always riding dirty.
On the East Side, baby.
Yeah. Mega Soda Mikey. It's very sad that Mitt lost the letter, but that's what he does. Loses things. Letters, presidential elections, and his freaking mind.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm so happy to see him leave office. I'm so glad he's not going to run again. And he's kind of making it like it's an age thing, but it's just, you're so bad, Mitt. It is time to leave.
It's really incredible what happened to him, or at least
it is.
How he actually became himself.
Well,
I'm
the
not
problem
sure what
is
the deal was.
He's never been a true conservative.
That's what.
You know? I mean, he was Massachusetts governor. How do you do that if you're a conservative? Well, you don't. He wasn't. And so that's his problem. He's not a conservative, and he doesn't have conservative values.
No, the only thing that made him conservative was,
comparing him to Barack Obama.
Putting the dog on the top of the car.
Yeah.
That's what made him conservative.
We need to revisit Joe Biden on the pandemic as vice president. From earlier this week, you remember that clip that we played?
Yeah.
Because this is interesting. We now have the transcript, I think, from the White House,
can we
right?
play clip 13?
Watch this.
And when I was vice president, things were kind of bad during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was, Barack said to me, go to Detroit and help fix it.
Huh.
Well, poor mayor, he spent more time with me than he ever thought he was going to have to. God love you.
Oh, God love you.
Ugh.
All right, so we were like, what pandemic happened when?
Yeah, between 2014 and 2016.
Yeah, and so this is the transcript that the White House has published.
And when I was
vice
president, when I was vice president, things were kind of bad during the recession. They crossed out pandemic and put recession in there. And what happened was Barack said to me, and then it's the same from then on.
Now, hang on.
Go to Detroit and help fix it. Help fix the
pandemic,
recession?
They
should have.
Barack just wanted
somebody in the
Joe
White
gone.
House that's in charge of the transcripts, so they don't want to be called out for just lying.
Right.
So they have to. The compromise is
we'll cross it out and we'll put recession.
And that's
like he
news
meant
to me.
say. Well, he didn't say that though. That's not what he said.
Right. That's what he meant. Right. And so hold on a second. There's a bigger issue here that I think.
That's interesting though. I didn't realize he meant the recession. Did you get that impression?
No,
I didn't have that impression
and
at all.
the reason not. Remember, we looked up this Detroit mayor. This guy was mayor in 2015 and 2016 when Joe was vice president. That's news to me. So we had a recession. Barack's admitting to a recession in 2015, 2016? Like
that's the next problem with that.
So is that accurate? What are you talking about?
What's accurate is Barack wanted Joe out of there. Get out. Is there a place we can send him? Yeah, send him to Detroit.
I'll bet the excuse would be there was a recession in Detroit.
In Detroit. Yes, in Detroit.
Remember when you could get homes for $1 there?
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
On Pat and Stu, we were going to buy a Pat and Stu house for $1.
We talked to several brokers to get one.
What are the closing costs on that, though?
It was too much.
Like $2,000 higher than
Then we had to hire a homeless guy to live there because somebody had to be there. Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. They were actually trying to people the neighborhood, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's a little picky, I thought,
And
but whatever.
All we wanted was a new roof that said Pat and Stu Show on the roof.
Who wouldn't want to live in Detroit?
Who wouldn't? Also, I love this story from Fabulous Joe. He's releasing another 1 million barrels of gas from the Strategic Oil Reserve to try to bring prices down by July. And because it's an election year, he knows. Geez, I just paid $92.50 to fill up my gas tank.
I paid under $3 under $3 this morning.
Good for you.
$2.90 a gallon.
What?
$2.90 a gallon this morning.
Where?
Mine was $4.39.
I know, but you
a gallon.
The high end stuff.
Yeah, but
you're
the
high
lower
test.
grade was still close to $4 a gallon.
Oh wow!
Where'd you get it for under
where'd you get it?
$3?
The station near my house, the Walmart gas station.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's good. I would have been out of gas trying to get there, but that's good.
This isn't quite.
Wow.
This is a different thing. This is.
This is the Northeast
from New Jersey,
Reserve,
right? After Superstorm Sandy.
Yes.
Yeah. Still though.
Still.
I mean, it's obviously. Look at me. It's an election year.
Yes, and he made deals with some of these businesses now, where Target and some other businesses are saying they're going to lower prices after they talked. After they had, they had a meeting with Biden. He called them all in and raked them over the coals for obscene profits. Okay. And so now they're saying that they're going to lower prices. Okay, well that's great. I'm not opposed to paying less for products.
Yeah,
but it's just interesting to me that it's happening now.
It's interesting too because Blaze DC correspondent C. Bedford just said that right now Joe Biden is trying to refill the Strategic Oil Reserve at nearly $80 a barrel. Okay, that's where gas is right now, $80 a barrel. 4 years ago, when Donald Trump tried to refill it at $24 a barrel, he was blocked by Democrats and they bragged about it.
Right.
Now they're perfectly fine with him refilling it at $80 a barrel.
Yeah, I will never forget.
Oh my gosh!
In the middle of the pandemic, when the price of oil cratered, and Trump, like with everything, gosh, it's like with the border, it's with the refilling of the strategic oil supply, and the Congress looks at Trump and says, "Nah."
I'm telling you, I dislike this guy with all the intensity
this Joe Biden
of
guy?
10 trillion white-hot burning suns. 10 trillion white-hot burning. I don't hate him because that would be wrong. I just have very intense dislike for him.
So how many white hot burning suns?
10 trillion
so
white hot burning
suns. So if it were 10 trillion in one,
that's hate.
That's where that's where we cross into hate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where that line is, but I know it's not 10 trillion white hot burning suns. I know that.
Just a skosh north.
Oh, so maybe 10 trillion in one still might not be hate.
It might not be.
Okay.
But it might, on the other hand, it might be. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when we get there. I'm not there yet. Or I might just need one. I was just reading last night, for some reason, about some science facts. Have you ever heard of the biggest star in the galaxy? Or at least at one time they thought it was the biggest. It's the biggest known star in the galaxy.
The king.
Yeah. Not in the galaxy, in the universe. So you think he's the biggest star in the universe? Bigger than Taylor Swift?
It's the king.
Come on now.
Messing with the king.
It's called UY something or other. What is it now? Dang it.
Sounds catchy, whatever it is.
Yeah,
it's
not catchy.
Yeah, they all are.
Biggest.
I don't know why they can't name these things better than they do. It's really kind of silly the way they name them.
UY Scuti?
Yeah, Scuti or Scuti.
Scuti.
Okay. Yeah, UY Scuti. And it is...
Actually, I have heard of that, yeah.
It is...
Hypergiant.
It's so big that 5 billion of our suns could fit inside it.
Think of that.
5 billion! What? 7 trillion Jupiters could fit inside of it.
How come we're not getting tan from that thing already?
We should be.
How far away is this
Thank goodness it's a fair piece away.
Yeah.
It's 9,500 light years from us. So
just right there.
But it's so big that we can still spot it. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's incredible. It would stretch. If you put it where our sun is, it would stretch all the way to Jupiter's orbit.
Yeah, across our galaxy, yeah.
It's like a 1.5 billion miles in diameter.
Right.
No, it's about almost. It's 2.6 billion kilometers or something.
Yeah, because it's
diameter, but
1.2 billion and then 738 million miles on diameter.
I just checked it this morning, Chris.
Jeffy,
It's 1.478 or something billion miles across diameter wise.
Yeah.
And which way is it, Jeffy? Which way?
Up.
It's up? Okay, it's up.
It's up. Yeah. But
at the
can
sky.
you imagine that? It would take up like half the solar system.
Right.
My word.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just a sucker for that guy. It's my bore the snot out of everybody else.
Okay.
Yes, I'm getting ready for Jeopardy.
So, okay. Think of this. This gives you an idea how big the universe is.
Yeah.
The warmth we get from the sun, how far away is the sun?
93 million miles.
93 million miles away. This thing is 1,700 times larger, the radius, than the sun.
Yeah, the radius. So that's from the middle of it to the outside of it.
That's wild.
To the circumference.
So that thing, to not feel any influence of its
insane
heat, has to be...
Yeah, a long way. A long way. It tells you that the flat Earth people are wrong with their view of space.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Don't put words into our mouth.
We did not say that.
We don't know that.
We
don't know that. All right. You know the majority of your grocery store's meat aisle, it's packed with imported meat from some random country or countries from overseas? Yeah, it's mystery meat. Even mixed with other meats of different origins. Oh, man. You can never know where that meat came from. And the product, when it says the product of the USA, well, that sticker just means it was packaged here, not raised here. Backyard Butchers, that's where you have a Christian conservative Texas-based company dedicated to delivering the best deals on high-quality beef that's grown in America. Your box will include all born and raised American beef from ranches right here in the heartland of America. Grass-fed, grain-finished. This meat tastes amazing. It's fantastic. BackyardButchers.com. Delivering American-raised and harvested meat from right here in American backyards to dinner tables across the country. Cut out the frustration from the meat aisle and go to BackyardButchers.com. Save an extra 20% off your entire order when you use the offer code UNLEASHED. And when you subscribe, you get an additional 10% off and free shipping. So go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed. Backyardbutchers.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
And welcome to it. Some tweets here. Bully Brat tweets, in electric fencing, the sensor tells who touched on or off target, but the judge determines right of way. Somebody who actually follows fencing?
Wait.
Are you
Are
you serious,
What does
bully
that-
brat?
What does
That's
that mean?
great.
Right of way and fencing? That's
Yeah.
too complicated.
If you don't have right of way, the touch doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's weird. What?
So a rule that
Get outta
determines
here.
which fencer receives a point when both fencers land a hit at the same time.
You didn't have the right of way, my friend.
Your lunge doesn't count.
That's
My parry does count because you didn't have the right of way.
So hold on a second. Is that kind of like in basketball? Who has possession?
I don't
on
know.
a jump ball? Like if they grab
Bully
at the same
Brat's
time?
tweeting it out right now. So check X.
That.
G. Harmon. That's how Joe Biden won his last fencing match. 81 million points awarded by the judges.
Thank you.
That's good stuff.
Thank you.
I love you people. High Plains Stranger. That home was similar to Deion Sanders up in Prosper. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He, like that 27,000 square foot thing.
Yeah.
They ended up making a strip mall out of it and built up a neighborhood around it. It made Graceland look understated and tasteful. That's awesome.
Oh, no. Jeffy's hurt.
There might have
That's
been enough
awesome.
of this bashing of Graceland, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
that's too bad.
First of all,
You don't have the right of way, so forget it.
also from the Boy Blob, I thought the biggest star in the galaxy was Star Jones.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, no.
I thought,
Wait a minute.
We don't
I
allow
thought
that's
the
bad.
biggest star in the galaxy was Star Jones.
I thought that wasn't allowed on this show.
What are you talking about?
It's not. What do you mean? What you thought? What wasn't
He just
allowed?
thought it was a bigger
He
star.
thought it was a bigger star.
What are you
Is
talking
all.
about?
Okay.
Didn't you?
Okay.
Didn't you say Elvis was the biggest star in
That's
the galaxy?
correct.
Yes,
You're not
you
allowed
did.
to do that.
Yes, you did.
'Cause I remember
and I
what
don't
he looked
think
like.
it was a fat joke.
Yeah.
No,
was it?
no, it was
It may have
not.
been at the end of
All
his
right.
life. It could have been.
Again, easy.
All right. We got to share a cool fact about the biggest star in the universe. We'll do that. And so much more coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. 888-933-93 Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with this this new fact I just discovered. I don't know why I haven't stumbled across the biggest star in the universe until now.
Yeah.
How'd that escape me?
I hadn't heard it either.
People apparently know about it because I was reading up on it after I discovered it. And just some amazing facts. And Chris just found one that it's actually cooler than our sun.
Yeah, it's actually cooler than our sun. Let me see where to go.
Yeah, you printed up some stuff.
Yeah,
brought
I
it
did.
in here, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
It's 40%
Yes.
cooler.
40% cooler. But why is that? It's because it's already burned off a lot of its fuel.
Yes, most of the hydrogen fuel has been burned up, which generates heat and light.
So, I mean, it could already be dead.
That's another one,
It
too.
could be, well,
It
we
could
won't
be
know
dead.
for 9,500 years, will we? But that's if it died today. We would know 9,500 years from now. But it's a red supergiant, 1,708 times wider than our sun. The radius, okay, so from the middle of the planet to the circumference is 1.2 billion miles. That means it's 2.4 billion diameter. Oh my gosh. Somebody was asking about, well, okay, let's say it's a planet and it's an Earth-like planet that has life on it. What would that be like? And they said something about like every Earthling
Be less crowded.
Slightly. For instance, it would be about one person per billion miles.
Oh my goodness. That would make Wyoming look like Manhattan.
And it was something like, I don't know the exact number, but I think it was, okay, so there's 8 billion now, 8 billion people on Earth. In order to people it to the same population density, you would have to have 8 billion multiplied by 1 million for 1,000 years.
Wow.
Somebody better be taking care of some business.
It's a serious business there. Yeah.
I like this one fact about that. That is only between 10 and 20 million years old.
Oh,
In
wow.
comparison,
Wow.
our sun is 4.6 billion.
Yeah, supposedly.
So-
unless you're talking to the people down the street.
I was just going to say, the young Earth
Discovery.
people might think differently, but
Yes.
according to this,
Not
it's-
might, they do. They do think differently. And because the sun would be about the same age as the Earth, right? Which is 7,000 years old. Interesting. Fascinating. I love it, though.
Read
I
that
love it.
last paragraph.
Yes, I was going to tell you, Pat.
It's not
read that
clear
last
what will
paragraph.
happen to UY Scuti at the end of its life cycle. While it's possible the star will explode in a hypernova, creating a shockwave that will trigger the formation of new stars. One theory is that UY Scuti will collapse into itself and form a hotter star.
Oh, okay.
Well, wouldn't that make it a black hole? If it collapses on itself, I think it's a
it is a
then
black
it's a
hole.
black hole
Yeah.
at that point, and nothing would escape it. If it collapsed into a black hole, it would be, if not the largest, one of the largest
black holes
in the universe.
Yeah.
And it would be pretty scary. Like, light could not escape. So, but it can't escape any black hole. This one would just happen to be billions of miles across. It's just incredible. Incredible.
I mean, we may see it exploding or going on itself tomorrow. I mean, it might have died 9,500 billion years ago or whatever.
We don't know. Yeah, right. So far, we still see it. I mean, there's photos of it. You can look it up, and there's some really cool. There's a shot of I can't remember which telescope. I think it's the one that's 1 million miles out.
Yeah.
What's that one called? It's not the Hubble. It's the other one.
No.
The other guy.
It escapes me now. But
James Webb.
Yeah, the James Webb telescope shot a bunch of galaxies and stars, and it's right in the middle, and it's super bright. It's 340,000 times brighter than the sun, but not hotter, not as hot even. Incredible. All right, so I think that's probably all the
It's been a while since
super
we did,
red giant facts you can handle for a day.
I mean, I think the previous 8 times we talked about space, we were talking about Uranus fun facts. So we needed something like this.
That's right. So this was a bit more mature discussion than the Uranus facts.
I mean, if you're getting ready for Jeopardy and you want to know why time seems like it's moving faster, I just found out this morning that it's been. Well, I'll tell you what happened, and you tell me how long it's been. The Manchester Arena bombing, which killed 22 people following the Ariana Grande concert.
Oh, I barely even remember that.
I mean, I feel like that happened 2 or 3 years ago. It's been 7 years.
I was going to say
2017.
So I was close.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Boy, where does the time go?
I know.
That feels like it happened after the pandemic.
It does.
I was watching a movie on the Boston Marathon bombing. One of the guys in that on VidAngel. It's with Jake Gyllenhaal. Have you ever seen the movie Stronger? I was stunned to remember that the Boston Marathon bombing was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
11 years ago. Wow.
I know.
Where does the time go? Incredible. All right. So Terrance Howard, we were laughing about his interview with Joe Rogan the other day. I mean, he has some interesting thoughts.
He does.
Very, very interesting cat. He says he remembers being in his mother's womb. He remembers it. He remembers his birth. He said, I think this is what got me started on the UY Scuti tangent. He said that we were about to lose our gravity. Gravity was going to go away. And I'm like, how's that going to happen? And so I was looking for his thoughts on that and found this other thing.
Do we know what he believes, why we're going to lose gravity?
Yeah, it's he believes it's all brought on by the electrical impulses.
Okay.
And we're losing the magnetic field. And so when that goes away, I guess gravity goes away.
Is that the same thing that Glenn's been talking about? Yeah. Like the polar shift?
I think it's tied to that.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not UY Scuti's fault?
No, it's not UY that we know of.
Thank you.
We won't know for 9,500 years, though. Maybe it is. But he had some deep thoughts 4 years ago, too. Did we play this when this happened?
No. I just, I think somebody sent this to me or something happened.
Okay.
Where, wow, okay, so this is, he's been down this road before. This was on the red carpet. I don't know if it was the Oscars.
Interesting cat.
Yeah, he has got some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius is in the house. Terrance Howard here. You made huge headlines when you said after you complete these 15 episodes of Empire, you got to walk away for a while or forever.
For good. I mean, everyone keeps trying to tell me don't say it's forever, but I've spent 37 years pretending to be people so that people can pretend to watch and enjoy what I'm doing when I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. Why would I continue, walking on water for tips when I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world?
Thank you.
I was just
That's a
thinking
big
the same
remark.
thing.
What do you intend to do?
Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the platonic solids? There are no straight lines. So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between spaces. It's the thing that holds us all together.
Is he screwing around here?
No. No.
Is he just trying to show that I'm a real intellect?
I think that's the case.
Check out my thoughts.
I think that's the case because he's at the Emmys, right? And so he's done with Empire.
Yeah.
And this, he's done with Empire. I mean, Empire is pretty much done.
Empire was pretty much done when what's-his-face did the hoax.
Yeah.
Juicy Smollett.
Whoa, hoax? Okay, easy now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
There! I said it! All right. So
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think he's trying to be funny. I think he's just he may realize halfway through it. Oh yeah, I'm at the Emmys. I'm probably
okay. Why don't you judge after this next clip?
Okay. Is this on Gravity?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Here's his thoughts on that.
I'm sharing that on Tuesday when I receive my star. I'm going to be able to prove that gravity is only an effect and not a force. I'm putting something on YouTube where I will build the planet Saturn without gravity and build the Milky Way galaxy without gravity.
Did you also say you're getting your star?
Yeah.
On the Walk of Fame?
On the Walk of Fame, which is interesting. How am I getting a star when I've never received an Emmy nomination for TV?
You're a presenter tonight. You can do whatever you want when you stand in front of that microphone. What are you going to do?
You paid for it.
I have
That's
no
how people get
idea.
the star.
I'm just being honest and looking at it. I would think an Emmy nomination would come first.
Yeah, except it didn't, and your management paid for the star on the Walk of Fame like every management team does. So
you know what? I want him to build Saturn. I think I would give him a star for that.
Well, he said he was going to put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
So-
did he ever?
Did you check on YouTube?
I don't.
He's going to build Saturn without gravity.
I mean,
okay.
Look,
I'm not sure Saturn has gravity, so congratulations.
Saturn does have gravity.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You been there?
Pretty sure. I have not been there.
All right, then.
No. But I'm going out on a limb, and I'm saying Saturn does have gravity.
Whatever.
Wait a minute. So on Joe Rogan, he said the same thing. I can rebuild Saturn without gravity.
Well, why hasn't he done that then? This was 4 years ago. How long does it take to build the second largest planet in the solar system?
That's the
Come
thing.
on.
Give the man some time here.
It's not the first largest. It's only the second.
His stupid flower has already been opened.
Properly.
Yeah, thank
you. And
you.
it was finally opened properly.
Thank you.
This flower.
Gentlemen, I didn't realize that Saturn needed to be rebuilt. Did something happen to Saturn I'm not aware of?
Yeah, it's broken. Saturn broke.
What broke it?
Gravity.
That's why he's rebuilding it without it.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
And then a year ago,
Weird.
Terrance says, I want to develop a new hydrogen technology in Uganda. I don't know why he's telling us what he wants to do.
Yeah, just do it.
Go do it. And then
So he's made enough money in Hollywood now. He believes he can just do what he wants and doesn't matter. I don't have to work anymore.
Why was he kicked?
I don't have to dance. What was his line? He doesn't have to
Walk on water.
Oh, walk on water, yeah.
No, but it was something else for pennies.
Oh, I
where
don't
he
know.
was acting. He was saying he doesn't have to do that anymore. He doesn't have to dance for pennies or whatever it is. Okay, got it.
All right.
where's the
whatever.
flower of life? Like, where's that at? Like,
Inside your heart.
he
You have to
opened
be
it
able to find
properly.
it. Don't you understand?
I don't understand.
Interesting guy, though.
That's the word.
He also said he's got over 80 patents, and one of the patents has made, and it was kind of stolen from him because he paid $260,000 to get the patent.
That sucks.
But they wanted maintenance fees and some other kinds of fees.
Oh, that's highway robbery.
So he stopped paying, and that's when Microsoft and Apple and whoever else stepped in, and they made, on that patent that he invented, over $7 trillion.
That seems like a lot.
It does seem like a pretty profitable
It's a lucrative patent,
right?
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
Now,
for
how
him.
much of that did he receive? Nothing.
What was
that
that patent?
pisses me off.
What was that particular
The patent was for AR and VR. The original patent for AR and VR tech.
Wow.
There's no way that AR VR technology has made $7 trillion by now. Come on. That's in its infancy. Does anybody even sell VR units on, a lot of them anyway? I mean, there's been a few sold.
Yeah,
but you could
has.
probably count on like one hand how many are
there's more
circulating
than that,
right now. But it's not much more than that.
No, it's not.
So he called it the World of Windows patent, which he claims was the foundational to create AR and VR world.
Huh.
Got that?
Okay.
Well, that was my patent. What's he talking
Did
about?
he steal that patent from you?
Windows. Mine was called the World of Window Panes. And it was the original AI. He stole that from me.
This is
not cool.
despicable.
I don't like that.
That is not
Now
cool.
I'm pissed for you.
I could have made
and
$14 trillion.
I don't know who to be more pissed about.
I'm pissed about all of it for all of your sakes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The only thing that's saving me right now is that I have the opportunity to tell you about Eden Pure Thunderstorm proven Oxy technology that quickly destroys viruses and odors, mold, more. My wife has this supersonic smelling sense, and so she smells things all the time that I'm like, I don't smell that.
It's not bad.
And
Don't
so
worry
she
about it.
walks by this one area of the house where she swears she smells a certain scent, and I'm like, okay, well, let's just plug the Eden Pure Thunderstorm into it. It'll get rid of it.
Oh, no, it will not get rid of that smell. No. I know it does usually, but it will not get rid of that. That's been in our house forever.
I'm like, okay, well, let me just try it. And just last night we had the discussion. She came to me and said,
Well, okay, it got rid of that smell.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Did you when you did that? Did you pull out the filter and say, "Here, this is what it smelled like"? Now you don't smell it.
No, and do you know why?
No.
There is no filter
Oh
to
my
pull out
gosh.
and show her.
Oh my gosh.
You don't have to clean it. You don't have to replace it. You don't have to open up the unit.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's completely self-contained. Look at that. You just pop up the plug-in, stick it into the wall, and turn it on.
Amazing.
And in minutes, you're going to have clean air. EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code PAT3 will save you $200 on 3 Thunderstorm air purifiers. 3 of them, under $200. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use the promo code PAT3.
Beware. Pat Gray is unleashed.
That's right. Yeah. Speaking of weird celebrities, we've had this Jane Fonda thing for a while. She wants us to stop using fossil fuels. Are you surprised? I'm surprised she has a problem with oil.
She's
really
been that much of a nightmare for years.
She's the worst. I don't even know how she shows herself in public.
They all love her. She yaps about her hips replacements.
Any patriot
and plastic
does
surgeries.
not love her.
No, that's for sure.
Any patriot.
That's for sure.
Anybody who appreciates and loves the military does not like Jane Fonda.
Despises her.
There was a story the other day. Did we talk about this? Where the Vietnamese were all pissed off at her because L.A. gave her a Jane Fonda Day. It was just the other day. It was Jane Fonda Day in Los Angeles.
Okay, great.
And the people who are refugees from Vietnam are like, wait, what?
No.
What?
No. How about no?
How about no? I mean, even the Vietnamese are pissed because of what she did during the Vietnam War. And they're still pissed about it.
Good.
As they should be.
Yes.
So here she is talking about stopping fossil fuels.
So I have a question also for you. I think that we have to remove the social license of the fossil fuel industry the way we did for tobacco. I mean, you wouldn't brag about dating a guy who ran tobacco companies, would you? And and the same is true for don't sleep with anybody that's involved. Launch a boycott.
Yeah.
That's a new angle.
Okay.
Well, yeah. And we knew that. We know women have done that in the past during the abolition movement, right?
The Greeks, Lisa Strata, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. I like that. We'll add that to our list of asks.
Yeah.
A blank boycott. That's good stuff there.
Oh, she's embarrassing. I will say this, though. Well preserved.
She's done
82, 83, whatever
absolutely.
she is.
Wow. The plastic surgeons
she looks good.
that have worked on her have done a great job.
She's got a good surgeon.
She's had a couple of hip replacements, and she's got to be, 90, 85? Something like that now?
I think she's 83. Look it up, Keith.
83?
I mean, I don't know. But she looks good.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, she's definitely cuts.
Okay, how old is she?
86.
86.
Yeah,
She'll be 87.
My God, 86. Compare her to Joe Biden, for instance. My gosh, that's incredible. Sharper too than
100%.
I mean, I can't stand her, but
no, still though,
there's a big difference between that 86-year-old and Joe Biden, the 81-year-old.
Yes.
Wow, she's like 20 in comparison to him.
No kidding.
Man, what a nightmare, though. Speaking of nightmares, Spain, Norway, and Ireland have all announced plans to formally recognize a Palestinian state in a move that's likely to bolster the global Palestinian cause but strain relations with Israel.
We barely recognize those countries as states. Kidding me? Have a nice day. You're lucky we let you into the UN.
Ireland's always trying to do something stupid with Israel. Remember, they were going to do the boycott.
Oh, right.
They were going to do the boycott, and Trump stepped in and said, you go ahead and do that. And you might face a boycott on your own from America. And they dropped it immediately. So that's great that now they're recognizing a Palestinian state which doesn't exist.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Get out of here. Spain.
So I just got this note from a viewer here. So I just have to say real quick that Terrance Howard is like a legitimate physics, math, science guy.
We didn't say he wasn't.
And the math he's talking about with curves and lines and the flower of life are all, part of the old foundational mathematical theories and laws that elite thinkers have been trying to prove and disprove about foundational physics and mathematical properties, much like Jeffy.
I mean,
for centuries. And he has this really interesting ideas on how you can use the waves that energy presents. Anyway, so it's really interesting stuff. This person says. I mean, it's obviously over.
I've been promoting
heads.
the cutting edge of math for years on this network.
But you sure have, and people won't listen to you.
I just don't know that
it's frustrating.
Terrance Howard is the best messenger. For this.
Well, people think he's insane.
Why would you do that?
He mixes some science with some voodoo, some unproven, and untested theories,
and. He's on the red carpet at the Emmys.
Yeah, that's not the place for that.
No.
Right? And you're just trying to show your intellect.
Trying to glad hand and say, hey, thanks for watching my show.
Look how smart I am.
Move on.
I know about curves and waves, and straight lines and stuff.
And the people working the red carpet are like,
okay, we're here to talk about movies.
What about your show?
Yeah.
And I had Noah edit out the part where the anchors there, on either side of those clips were just like,
yeah, they don't know what to make of it.
In fact, they put the they even said, in mocking him, they even said, we're going to put the words on the screen so you can understand what he's saying.
Yeah, that's funny.
You can put the words up there.
All right.
I don't understand what he's saying.
Okay. Did we talk about the Indian burial graves on the air, or was that on? Did I do that on Glenn's show the other day?
I don't know. I mean, that's that story is a fascinating story.
I'm not familiar with
it. It is
because they changed laws.
Yep.
Over that thing.
Yep.
And it was all just BS.
More than that.
In Canada, yeah.
More than that. 85 Christian churches were burned down.
Yep.
And destroyed. after this as a result
of this.
Of the lie
yes.
that these Indian burial grounds of children were being desecrated.
Yeah.
And these mass graves were just being ignored and torn up. Okay, well, show us.
Yeah, they couldn't.
They couldn't. Where is it? We don't know.
They had,
all right, let's spend $8 million trying to dig up and find it. Yep. Couldn't. They didn't.
If I remember right, it started from like one lady who was scanning the earth with some machine and said, yeah, I think these are graves.
Yeah. Indian burial grounds. Nope. No evidence. They've gone for years now. They've spent millions and millions of dollars, and they found zero, literally no evidence of any of it. And in the meantime, people were all pissed off at Christians for desecrating these graves.
Yeah.
And burned down Christian churches.
And Justin Trudeau got behind this. I mean,
Trudeau was all over it.
Oh, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Pope even commented about it.
He sure did.
Instead of backing up and saying, oh, we're not aware of that. Nope. I mean, we gave apologies, all of it. I believe they all bent the knee to that. To nothing.
I think it was Monday when I was getting behind your candidacy for Pope because of all of that.
Oh, we're all in on you,
We're
Jeffy.
all in. I'm ready to
blow that white smoke.
Blow that white
baby.
smoke up the chimney. Let's do it. All right, Cardinals, get together. We'll see you this weekend. All right. More coming up. We got overtime on the way.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.